welcome. Today's project is going to be an adjustable dog collar, and the colors in this particular collar really remind me of Harry Potter's school team, Gryffindor. So I'm kind of theming this collar after that. So again, this collar is going to be an adjustable dog collar, so I will be using a Biothane adapter for this collar. If you're not familiar with an adapter, I'll leave a link below. I show you guys how to make your own and where you can get all the supplies. If you choose to use leather instead of Biothane, you can still use my same instructions. So for the cords that we're going to be using today, I already have my double cow's hitch hooked up to Sunspot in 550 paracord. If you're not familiar with how to set up the double cow's hitch, I'll leave another link below. I show you guys how to set it up on the square rings if you're using an adapter, or if you choose to use a quick release buckle. I do go over that as well in the same video. So again, I'm using 550 paracord in Sunspot, and the other cords that I will be using today are, I am using another cord of Sunspot. I'm using 2 cords of Vibration, which is a canary yellow and red stripe, and I'm also using a Burgundy. These are all 550 paracord. So the first cord that I'm going to add is one of the Vibration cords, and what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to pass it through these 2 cow's hitches. Now I'm using a paracord needle or a fit. If you don't have one, it's quite alright. You can just melt the top of your cord to make a hard cap to be able to push it through. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to loosen up your cow's hitches, and then you can just pass your cord through the 2 cow's hitches from the side, pull it to the other side, and bring the middle of that cord to the top of your work. So the next cord that we're going to add is going to be the other Sunspot cord, and what we want to do here is we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to go right through these 2 cow's hitches with the cord and pull it to the other side, and bring the middle of that cord to the top of your work. The next cord that we're going to add is going to be the other Vibration cord, and what we're going to do here is you're going to take this cord, you want to go in between this first cow's hitch and go towards the left. So you're going to go right in between, and then you're going to go underneath this first stitch and the second stitch, and you're going to come up in between the second cow's hitch. So go through the first one on the right, underneath the first stitch, the second stitch, go to the left, and then you're just going to pull this to the other side, and you want the middle of your cord to be at the top of your work. And for the last cord, which is going to be the Burgundy, you're going to just do what you just did with that last Vibration cord. You're going to go in between the first cow's hitch, go underneath the 2 stitches, and then come up the left cow's hitch in the middle. So go just like that. Oh, it came off my needle. So you're going to go in between that first cow's hitch, underneath the 2 going towards the left, come up the second cow's hitch, pull this to the middle at the top of your work. Alright, once you're at this point, you're going to tighten everything up. You also want to double check your measurements just in case anything moved around. And you can also roll up the ends of your cord. So because I'm using multiple cords of the same color, what I've chosen to do is to roll up my ends a little bit different. So For example, we have the vibration cord. So the first vibration cord that I'm going to work is the one that I put through the double cow's hitches, both of them. I have that one rolled up small, and then for the one that I put on through the 2 stitches, I have those rolled up a little bit larger. And then for the Sunspot cord, again, the first one I'll be working, which is the one that I did the double cow's hitch with, those are rolled up small, and then the other one that I passed through, those are rolled up a little bit larger. And that's just to help me figure out which one I'm grabbing. Okay, now that we got all of that taken care of, we can get started on this project. So I'm going to be starting off with my smaller bundles of Sunspot. And what I want to do here is I'm going to take the one on the right. I'm going to go over this first elongated cord here, straight down the center. I'm going to come out the left side, and I'll be underneath the elongated cord on your left. So take your Sunspot on the right. You're going to go over, straight down the center, and bring it to the left. Next, you're going to take your Sunspot on your left side. You want to come underneath the cord that you just worked. You're going to go over the cord now that is on your left side, straight down the center, and come out the right. So go underneath the cord that you just worked. You're going to go over this first elongated cord, straight down the center, and then come out the right. The next cords that I'm going to work are going to be the vibration cords. And it's the smaller bundle. What I want to do here is I'm going to work my right side first. I'm going to go underneath all of my work, come straight up the middle, and go down this loop that I made on my right side. So go underneath, right up the middle, and go down this loop on my right side. Next, I'm going to take the vibration smaller bundle on my left side, and I want to go again underneath all my work, come straight up the middle, and now I have this loop on my left side. I want to go down that loop. Take the vibration on your left, go underneath, right up the center, and then go down that loop on your left. Now I'm going to work the larger bundle of Sunspot. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the one on the right, but I want to first find the 2 horizontal Sunspot cords that are in the center of my work. I want to pick up on them a little bit. I'm going to take the Sunspot on my left side now. I'm going to take this Sunspot on my right side now, and I want to go over and around those 2 cords and just come out the right. Just go over and around and just come out my right. I'm going to take the one on my left now, and I want to go over and around those 2 horizontal cords again, and I want to come out my left. So come over and around and come out your left. Now for the other vibration cord, you're just going to copy that step that you just did with the Sunspot. So take the one on the right, and you're going to go over those 2 horizontal pieces and around, and then out the right. So go over and around and out the right. You're going to take the one on the left, you're going to go over and around, but out the left. So go over and around those 2 horizontal pieces and out the left. And for the Burgundy, you're going to do that step one more time. So take the one on the right, you're going to go over those 2 horizontal pieces, around and out the right. Take the one on the left, you're going to go over and around those 2 horizontal pieces and out the left, and now you can tighten it up. Okay, once you have it nice and tight, we can start that weave again. So we're going to start with the smaller bundle of Sunspot. And again, we are going to go underneath this first cord on your right, right up the center, over to the left. Underneath, right up the center, over to the left. Now you're going to take your Sunspot small bundle on your left side, and you're going to go underneath the cord that you just worked. And you're going to go underneath the first cord, which is now on your left. Come straight up the center, come over the right cord. Underneath, right up the center, over to the right. And now we will work the smaller bundle of vibration. So we're going to start with the one on the right. We're going to go underneath all of our work, come up the center, go down this loop on your right. Let's go underneath, right up the center, down this loop on my right. Take the one on the left, and you're going to go underneath, right at the center, down this loop on the left. Underneath, right at the center, down that loop on the left. And now we're going to start with our larger bundle of Sunspot. So you're going to find those two horizontal pieces that are directly in the middle and lift them up a little bit. You're going to take your Sunspot that's on the right, the larger bundle. You're going to go over and around and out to the right. So go over and around, out to the right. Take the one on the left, go over, around, out to the left. Over, around, out to the left. Again, you're going to repeat those steps with the larger bundle of vibration. Take the one on the right, go over and around those two horizontal pieces and be on the right side of your working cord. Take the one on the left, go over and around those two horizontal pieces, be on the left side of your working cord. And again, just same steps with the last cord. So you're going to take your Burgundy on the right, go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left, and then tighten it up. Okay, and again, once you're at this spot, we can start again. So I'm going to start again with the smaller bundle of Sunspot. I'm going to go underneath the first cord on my right, right up the center, and then over. Take the smaller bundle of Sunspot on your left, go underneath the cord that you just worked. Underneath the first cord that's now on your left, right up the middle, and then over. Then I'm going to take the smaller bundle of vibration on my right side. I'm going to go underneath all of my work, right up the center, and then down this loop that I made on my right. Take the one on the left, go underneath, right up the middle, down that loop on your left. Find those two horizontal pieces that are in the middle. Take your Sunspot larger bundle on your right, go over and around those two horizontal pieces, come out your right. Take the one on the left, go over and around those two horizontal pieces and come out the left. Do the same steps with the vibration larger bundle. Right, over and around, come out the right. Left, over and around and out the left. And again, just do the same steps with the last cord. So take your right one of Burgundy, go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around, out the left, then tighten it up. Okay, so this is what it's starting to look like. I did go down a couple more weaves so you can see a bigger portion done. And I'm just going to continue this weave all the way down the collar. When I get to the end, I'll show you guys how I do the tie off and what it looks like when it's complete. Alright, now that I'm at the end of my collar and I took it off the jig, we can sew in or weave in the top cords. So you have your cords that are coming out of your side right here and on the other side. You're going to leave these cords. We're going to cut them and melt them where they are. So these top 6 cords those are the cords that we're going to weave in. And I'm going to start off with my Sunspot cord on my right side. You have a gap in between your work right here and your double cow's hitch. You're going to take both Sunspot cords on each side and the next cord, which is the vibration cord, and you're going to put those cords into that gap. So the cords that you have left are going to be the 2 Burgundy cords. And what you're going to want to do here is you have a very small hole in between the 2 cow's hitches. You want to put both of your Burgundy cords through that hole from front to back. So now we're going to cut and melt everything. You want to make sure that everything is nice and tight that you've weaved through. We are going to start off on our side, and you want to cut, I like to go between 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch up. And I'm going to cut the 2 of these. Then I'm going to fray it out, and I will melt them and I will squish them down. I usually have a knotter's tool, but I have no idea where it went. So I'm going to actually use my scissors. You can use a butter knife, that's probably safer. So I'm going to start with the top one first, and I'm going to melt that. Try not to let it catch on fire. It can happen. You want to be careful. And then I'm going to squish this down. I will do the next one. And squish that down as well. Now you're going to want to do the same for the opposite side. Okay, now I got both sides done, and I'm going to start with the middle, but I just want to show you guys something real quick. So I wasn't paying very good attention, and I actually melted the cord that is doing the double cow's hitch on this collar. When I melted the top one, my flame was too close, so be aware of that, because you don't want to melt any extra cord. So what I'm going to do for the middle cords is, again, make sure that everything is nice and tight, and then I'm just going to start all the way to my left, and I will cut the cord pretty much the same length that I did the sides. And what I'll do with these cords is I'm going to hold them out of the way for when I melt it. So I'm going to cut it about the same length. I'm going to fray it out. And again, I'm going to hold these cords away. And what I'll do next is the next one in line, and I'm going to go and do the 2 vibration cords, and then I will do the Sunspot on the other side. And the 2 that are at the top, I will do these 2 last, and I will just do them on top of what I've melted. So I'm at the spot where I'm going to cut the 2 Burgundy cords, and I'm just going to cut them both. And I'm going to get them super hot and melty, and then I will stick them down as well. And I'm going to stick them down. Alright, so once you've gotten everything melted, you can hook up your adapter and be on your way. I like to put on some Gorilla Glue. I use clear non-foaming Gorilla Glue, and I like to put it on the ends that I melted just for some extra security. So that's what I'm going to do. And you don't have to put a whole bunch on, just want to put a little bit on, and then you can smear it around with your fingers. And then you're just going to let that dry, and once it's dry I will hook up my adapter and show you guys what the finished result looks like. I actually think that I'm going to make a leash to go with this because I really like how it came out. And if I do make the leash, I will let you guys see what that looks like with it too.